Hello, this is your art teacher, Miss H, and I'm here to tell you a few things about art this year because it's going to be totally different and totally awesome, and I'm super excited about it. So here is what I need to tell you. The old way of teaching art would be like this. The art teacher would be like, okay class, today we're going to make this thing here, and you're going to use these materials, and you're going to do it this way. And then when you're done, you'll get this thing. And so you do those things and you follow the steps just like the teacher says. And then when you're all done, you have this thing that looks like the piece of art that the kid next to you made, like exactly the same. And maybe you have fun with it, and maybe you don't. Maybe it's totally boring because it's just like, I'm not doing any thinking, I'm just like following directions. So that kind of teaching art, it's like the art teacher is the artist and then everyone else is just like a factory worker who's like making a product and following directions. And that's just not really cool. That's not teaching you how to be artists. So I took a class over the summer and I learned how to be an art teacher in a totally different way than before. And it's called choice-based art. And so basically what that means is that you are the artist, you make all the choices. So like you get to choose what materials you use, you get to choose how you use those materials, you get to choose what your idea is, and you get to choose what you make. All of that is your choice because you are the artist. And it's so great. And that actually goes with our new vision statement for the art studio this year. And I'll show you that. It's right up here. And it says, we are all artists. Because we're all artists, we have to make sure that we're being good to each other and making good choices all the time. And so we have a new Art Studio Code of Collaboration, and here it is. We respect people, we respect stuff, and we act like artists. If you have trouble with any of those things, there are some consequences up here. Oops, it's hard for me to show you. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here are the consequences. You might start out with just a reminder to help you get back on track. If it needs a little more help, you need a little more help with your situation, you're going to remove yourself from whatever that situation is. And that might just mean moving your seat, or it might mean going to cool down. If you need a little more help than that, then you can remove yourself from the art studio and go to the buddy room. And if you need even more help than that, then you can go to the office and have a note sent home. The more that you're able to manage your own choices and make good choices and be responsible, the more choices and responsibilities I will be able to give you because I'll be able to trust you and know that you're going to do the right thing. So I want to show you a few things that I've changed about the art studio this year. I've moved things around a little bit to make them so that you can find the things you need and you can make those choices. So like over here, kind of next to the sink, is going to be the painting studio, or painting center rather. So when you're doing something with painting, you can come over here, you can choose your own brushes. Under this cloth for another time is like the paint palettes and paints and everything. You get to choose whatever you need. Over here, kind of next to the door, is the collage studio. We'll be using that next week, so that's for if you're doing some art that involves like paper and cutting and gluing and that kind of thing. And then over here is the drawing center. So all of these drawers have materials in them. You'll notice these ones, the drawers are gone because we're using that stuff today. Okay, so I want to show you what we are doing today. On your tables, obviously you've noticed that there are these big posters, and you've noticed that there's some tape that's making letters or pictures on these posters. Also there are materials set up on the tables, and then there are also these signs that have some ideas of how to use the materials. So what we're going to do today is we're going to rotate through these different stations, and you're going to try out all these different drawing materials. So like if you were at this table here, which is the circle table, you would be trying out regular crayons and you'd be trying out markers. And on these signs, like I said, there are some ideas of things you can do. So like different ways to use the crayons and the markers to get different techniques and different effects. So you're going to start at one table where you're sitting right now. And then when it's time to rotate, you're going to move to another table and try those materials out. So like over here, I've got the way that you're going to rotate, just so you know. So like if you were at oval table, then it's time to rotate. You're going to rotate to circle. Then after circle, you're going to rotate to triangle. So when it's time to rotate, just look up here so that you know exactly where to go. So let's just stop talking right now and let's go make some art. It's going to be really great. All right. See you later. Part 2. All right, so we've had an awesome class, making some things, learning about some drawing techniques. The great thing is that now you are certified to use all of these drawing materials whenever you need to. So that's pretty awesome. So now it's time to clean up. We're going to do a super fast cleanup and get everything kind of wrapped up this class. So what you're going to do about that is, let's look over here. If there are some drawing materials laying around on the table, you're going to make sure that those go back in their correct container. I don't want to see that. That is not cool, because then somebody's going to be looking for the green yellow crayon or the tan crayon, and they're not going to be able to find them, and they're going to cry. It's going to be awful. So make sure that all the materials are in their correct little drawer. The drawer itself can stay here on the table for other classes to use. Normally you would put them away over there, but for today it's a little different. These big posters, you're going to carefully pick these up and you're going to bring them over to the blue table there and just gently stack them up, because some classes are using different ones. This one's probably going to be all filled up when you're done. Other things to do for cleanup is, if you had chalk pastels, you're going to come over to the sink and get this rag. This is clean. It just has a little bit of water on it. Don't put any more water on it because we don't want it to be soggy. And you can just quickly wipe any little bits of smudgy that are around on chalk pastels. Don't leave water on the table because it's super annoying if there's a puddle. Okay, what else do I need to tell you? Okay, so on your tables also, I mentioned this at the beginning, not in the video, but there are some sticky notes here, and you're going to be making an exit ticket. So remember over here, if you need some help with a prompt, there's some exit ticket ideas. Just write down something, and then it's going to go over on the front door, just on the window or around the door, of something you've learned today about materials. One more thing is, I've been looking around for somebody who's been an exemplary artist and who's really been following our code of collaboration. And that person's gonna, oops, wrong side. That person's gonna get one of these little paint splotches on our paint palette, and they're gonna be our star artist of the day. And next week, that person will get to choose the star artist of the day, looking for somebody who's following our code of cooperation. So I'm really excited about this year, and I hope you are too, and I'm excited to see what you make and what you learn and what happens. All right, bye.